Hey geeks, this is Heather Capel from Mamaroneck, New York. When I'm not directing 120 children in a production of Aladdin Jr. or watching YouTube videos of all the Magic Kingdom rides with my kids Lucas and Spencer, I go geekin' on Walt Disney World with Curtis, Lindsay, and the whole geekin' family.
Are you ready for a fun-filled hour of food favorites, resort hopping, and hanging out with Disney World geeks? It's now time to go geekin' on Walt Disney World. Here's our dad and co-host. Hollywood was impressed with his performance in crowd scenes at the Indiana Jones stunt show. He never misses an 11 a.m. margarita at the Mexican Pavilion. And Mike Wazowski is still raving about his performance as that guy over at Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Curtis Stone.
Hey, Disney World geeks. This week, listener Ben Canady shares trip stories and his stay at Saratoga Springs on episode 290 of the Geekin' on Walt Disney World podcast. I am your Geekin' Family podfather, Curtis Stone, and we are the family-friendly father-daughter podcast, also featuring Mama, Auntie Judy, Soul Sister Holly, cousins Jen and EJ, and our Geekin' family will feed your passion for Walt Disney World by sharing our experiences and opinions, as well as others from our community of passionate Walt Disney World geeks. I'm so excited you're here with us listening to our show. Geeky Disney people are awesome, and we consider you family, part of our Geekin' family. Join us every Monday as we share travel tips, resort reviews, and lots of food talk through our live trip reports, interviews with our Geekin' family members about their trips, and special guest roundtables on fun Disney World topics from Geekin' family members all around the world. And we take pride in the awesome and positive community in our Geekin' family. So come join us to share in our love for Walt Disney World and each other. And I bet you'll learn something to try on your next vacation. If you're listening to the podcast to plan your Disney vacation, well, we're Disney travel experts and independent travel agents with Fairy Tale Concierge. Fairy Tale Concierge is an authorized Disney vacation planner agency. Hey, Disney World can be an overwhelming vacation to plan, so let Mama and Auntie Judy explain it all to you and help you create a great plan with fast passes, dining reservations, and tips on the best rooms and resorts in Disney World. Get on the inside of the Geekin' family. Join the Geekin' family inner circle. You'll gain access to bonus podcast episodes, including 2 live trip reports from our September 2018 trip. You got a live trip report from Auntie Judy's living room. And we just started releasing the January 2019 trip reports from Port Orleans French Quarter. I got another one coming up this week you'll be able to listen to, and it's during my beignet dash run. I recorded that whole thing walking through Port Orleans French Quarter during the beignet dash. Find out all about that. You also get our weekly email newsletter, Geek and Gazette, and a couple of freebie handouts, including a trip packing checklist. I had some people asking about that this week. And the spreadsheet, also, they were talking about, hey, I'd love to have a spreadsheet so I could plan my trip. Well, you'll get the one that we use for ourselves and our travel clients. It's all free and available on our website. Just go to geekinonwdw.com/inner circle to sign up. Hello, my geekin' friends. This week we have a Southern gentleman from Louisiana, Ben Canady, and he shares his Disney World trip with us. Ben does a nice job. He's telling lots of stories from his trip with his wife and 6-year-old daughter. And he starts off telling a fun story. Ben's father has a unique perspective and connection to Walt Disney World. I like how Ben talks about the first aid stations because he has to control his diabetes while he's working the parks. So you get a lot of insight into some safety things. And I think that's something we've not talked about a lot, but Disney does a great job with that. Ben gives us some assurances that that is well taken care of at the parks. So they stay one night at Pop Century and the rest of the trip over at Saratoga Springs, which we've not had a lot of people talk about Saratoga Springs. So I'm excited about that since Kevin Curtis Allen's going to be staying there for the G3 coming up in October. All right, we talk food, the California Grill, the Yak and Yeti. Both of those he was very pleased with. He sneaks in a few margaritas, which is always fun for me to hear. The La Cantina for lunch, the Flame Tree Barbecue. Yeah, he's a guy after my own heart. Pizza Rizzo. They have a fun ordering story there. The one to bypass, and I agree with them, the electric umbrella has not been one of my favorites either over at Epcot, especially when there are so many great places to eat at Epcot. Sometimes you're just so hungry you'll take anything, and that one's kind of on your way out of Epcot. The Midnight Magic DVC event. Love hearing about different special events. This one's fun. I didn't even know. I think I knew about this one at Epcot, not sure. So daughter's first time on some of the bigger rides, the scarier rides. She's only 6 years old. It reminds me back when my Benjamin was 6 years old, going to the parks for the first time. They learn how to say happy birthday in Norwegian. And that's always fun talking with the international cast members. He's got some unique experiences growing up as a kid, knowing some of the cast members. And he had a friend, dad's friend, who recruited talent for Epcot. Very cool perspective. Some character meetups like Mickey and Minnie, one of the best meetups ever. He had a white backpack. I remember him posting this in our Facebook group. That was really cool to get some character signatures. Talks about how cool the dance parties are for kids. His daughter really enjoyed that. How about fog bubbles? Yeah, during the dance parties. He talks a little bit about the Lightning McQueen attraction that's down at Disney World right now. You know, those kind of attractions that kind of pop up unexpectedly, especially if they're promoting a movie. And then he finishes with Ben's Disney World philosophy. Well, I really enjoyed chatting with Ben. He's such a gentleman, a Southern gentleman. And let's join Ben and his family as he tells us stories from their trip to Disney World, covering safety, insider stories of cast member entertainment, Saratoga Springs, and a few ice-cold margaritas. Well, I have been really excited about the Patreon support. We'll talk about what that is that I've been getting ever since we hit that 5th year anniversary, and a bunch of my super geeks came up with this idea to have people send me in money for the podcast. And it has been just so awesome. I've been really excited. And I had someone send me one in recently. And then what I usually do is I'll chat with them because I want to thank them. And maybe there's something I can do for them. Well, the least I can do is have them on the podcast when they go on a trip. And he just got back from one. So I'm excited to bring him on as our newest super geek. And let's introduce him. He ends every trip at Cosmic Rays Starlight Lounge, eating a burger, watching Sunny Eclipse, which is always fun, but he rarely does remember it. And his wife has to fill him in. His family was responsible for sinking a Pirate of the Caribbean boat. I love that. I think I know. We're going to get into these stories a little bit, but he says 9 people were in the front 3 rows, with most of them being larger than average. I know how that can be. And in a 4-day trip, he consumes more margaritas than the rest of the year at home. And he says, boy, those are good. And let me tell you, Ben, you're preaching to the choir, dude. Please give a warm Geek and Family welcome to Ben Canady. Hey, Ben.
Hey, geeks.
All right. How are you doing, Ben?
I'm doing great. How are you, Kurt?
Awesome. I'm so excited to be doing a trip report and bring you on. Thanks for your Patreon support.
Oh, yes, sir. I haven't listened to podcasts very much, and I found one day about Disney World, thought it was pretty neat, and it was pretty good. And then I found another one, and then I found yours, and I was like, oh man, this is pretty awesome. So I've been listening to them, trying to catch up for all of the years. And I listen to you when I run, or well, I say run, when I jog, and when I ride my bike, and when we drove to Disney World back in March, I listened to you when my wife and daughter fell asleep. So you kept me awake at 3 a.m. on the drive down I-4. So.
Well, I'm so glad I could keep you awake. Boy, that's some of the best praise I've ever heard. And when did you find us, Ben? How long have you been listening?
So I've actually only been listening since, I think, February of this year. So very recent. All
right. Yeah, we got some time. How'd you find us?
Through the iTunes.
Just searching.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Well, that was a great way to kick this off. And so tell me, what's your history with Walt Disney World?
Well, so I'm a little bit long-winded, so you can cut me off whenever you wish. But
where are you from? Where are you from, Ben?
I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
So I bet you can spin a tale, right?
I can spin a tale for sure.
Awesome.
Give me a drink and off we go.
All right, I love that.
So my father, it starts with my family, of course. I'm very family oriented. My wife and I have one daughter who just turned 6, and we spent, that was this last trip, the trip report.
Nice.
And we'll get to that. But she's our miracle child. We were told we wouldn't be able to have a child. It just so happened that my wife got pregnant, and she really is a miracle. And so we spoil her more than probably the law should allow. She's 6, and she's been to Disney World more than 6 times. So she's pretty darn lucky as far as that goes.
Nice.
But my father was in high school band and went to Louisiana State University, went to LSU, and yeah, so he was in the music. He played music in high school, and then he graduated from LSU or Louisiana State University with a degree in music education. And he and his friend that went to school together ran off and joined the circus after college, oddly enough.
Wow.
And that was back when when you had brass instruments playing live in the circus. And so they played for a while. My father left the circus. His father had a heart attack, and he went and joined the family business. Well, his friend continued on, traveled and played music, and eventually got hired to play in a new band. I think it was the Future World Drum Corps or the Future World Band that played in the front of Epcot in Future World.
Okay. Yeah.
When Epcot opened in '82.
Oh, wow.
And he called my dad. He was like, "Man, this is pretty cool. You come to Disney World. I'm working for Disney World." And they kind of laughed about it. And a few years later, I think I was 5 when we first went, and we went to see my dad's friend play, and we of course fell in love with it and have been back almost every year since. But some years we've made up for it. I've been 3 times in a 12-month period, more than once. So I'm addicted, and my wife has been she's not quite as crazy as I am, but she's still on board, and so she's been a bunch of times since she was, I think, 8 was her first trip, and we got engaged at the California Grill at some point through our history. We just keep on keeping on, keep bringing people on board. So
he was the first Jaminators.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Boy, yeah. I gotta be careful. You know more about Disney World than I do.
I forget a lot of things. I've got so much going through my head. So.
Do you learn anything when you listen to our podcast?
I do. So, you not get stuck in these routines, because I would never say get stuck in a routine at Disney World, because it's never bad, but you get kind of into these things that you like, and it's like, well, have you ever been over to that restaurant, or have you ever tried this? Well, no, we haven't, this is our thing, and this is what we do. And so, like Columbia Harbor House, I went and did the lobster roll because I wanted to join the great lobster debate. Yeah.
We're going to talk about that. Hold that thought.
Okay. What else did I learn? Jock Lindsay's, because oddly enough, as many times as I've not been, this past trip in March, when we went in March, was my first time to go to Disney Springs since it had been converted from downtown Disney.
I get it.
It's been some time since I've been there.
Well, Ben, I totally get it. And I'm always happy to hear, we've got so many eyes out there in the Geekin' family doing all kinds of things, right? You can't do it all.
That's right.
Even if you go a couple times a year, you just cannot. And you hear this one little thing that's like, oh, that's intriguing. I want to try that spring roll too. It becomes a quest, and then you just got to go try it. Or just something that sounds interesting, a tour or an event that you've never done before. So that's awesome. All right. I love, I was going to say, I asked people to send me 3 fun Disney World facts about themselves, and you have surpassed everyone I think I've ever had on the show. You did 8.
Yeah.
You're an overachiever.
I'm type 1 diabetic. Yeah. And so I have some challenges. That's why sometimes I don't remember eating at Cosmic Rays.
Oh, I was going to say, let's go through these a little bit. But we said that you love going to Cosmic Rays at the end of every trip. I'm not sure. So what's the routine there?
So a lot of times we end with, my wife's favorite park is Epcot. My favorite park is Walt Disney World. And so I can end anywhere at any time and be super happy. But a lot of times we end up going, we're with other people or we're with other family members, and they kind of like to end at the Magic Kingdom. It's totally iconic, and I get that. And so we've been to Pecos Bills. We've been to all the quick service throughout the park, and somehow we always end up in Tomorrowland, and we end up at Cosmic Rays, and of course, at that point, I've walked 12 million miles, and my feet are falling off, and I'm hungry, and so a hamburger seems to work, and my blood sugar will get low because there's so much activity every day, and I try and keep up, and I try and dose my insulin appropriately, which I know you could also do an episode based on medical needs for different people and different ideas, because I'm sure there are a ton of geeks out there that have experience with different
great
issues.
Great idea. Yeah, absolutely.
So like I frequent the first aid station at every park and can tell you what they're equipped with, because I have to go there, twice a day, every day.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So Cosmic Rays is, as a classic, we went there as kids and loved seeing a sunny eclipse. And so my daughter, of course, they like anything shiny and flashy. And so it's fun to sit there. A lot of people sit there and you can see the kids just run up and interact. And so we really a lot of times we like to end there, but my story is correct. Sometimes I don't remember all the parts and pieces, and my wife has to tell me something silly that I did or that my daughter did.
Well, let's unpack that little medical thing that you said, because I don't think we've talked about that very often. It's come up maybe once in a while, but do you think Disney World is equipped for medical needs then, in your opinion?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What's it like to go to the medical center then?
This past trip was somewhat entertaining. I went to, the first day it happened, we go and turn, my insulin needs to be refrigerated. And so I carry insulin and a couple of other pills. I carry testing supplies, things like that. And so I store those in a refrigerator at first aid. So when you go in, they have a little form that you fill out and you leave your medicine. If you need it refrigerated or you want to store it, they can do that. And then they also provide clean rooms, and they have, so the Magic Kingdom and Epcot, they're a little bit older. They haven't been updated, but the other two parks are pretty updated as far as what I've seen. But they have a clean room, examination rooms. There's probably, at the Magic Kingdom, I'd say there's probably 10 like curtained off little sections for like someone who gets sick, somebody falls and has a scrape, anything like that. And there are nurses, there for sure are 2 nurses there, I think, at all times. So they're always, like a lot of times when I go in the evening to take my insulin before dinner, there are people getting Band-Aids for blisters or, getting advice about heat exhaustion or water or things like that. And they're always super helpful. And this past trip, it was weird. One of the nurses was on the same park rotation that we were on. So they have to sign in and out your medicine. And so she signed me out, no big deal. And so I went to Animal Kingdom the next morning and dropped my insulin. Like, the first thing I do is I rope drop the first aid station. And I went and dropped it off and to a lady at the front, and I hear another voice say, "Oh, well, that's my signature." So I walked around the corner, and she's like, "Oh yeah, hey, I gave you your medicine last night." And I said, "Oh, okay, well, good. I'm glad you're here. You can just take care of it the whole time." And so we joked. I said, "Well, okay, where are you going tomorrow?" Because I'm going to Epcot. And she was like, "Well, oddly enough, I start Epcot at 5:00 tomorrow evening." So we were on the same schedule, and
that's
so she
awesome.
actually signed my medicine in and out for 3 straight days.
That is very cool.
And they take really good care of you. They're really concerned. They'll give you Band-Aids. They'll give you 5 different kinds of Band-Aids. They're very well equipped to handle.
I love it.
All the minor stuff.
Great thing, Ben, to let everyone know. Yeah. It's I figured as much, but I didn't have many people talk about this. So awesome. All right. So we know you went with your wife and your daughter, right? She's 6 years old, and you just got back recently, right? How long did you go for?
Yes, sir. I don't know what day that was. We left on a Friday and came back on a Tuesday.
All right. So quick.
That was Friday the 10th is what my wife is telling me now.
All right.
I mean, like I'm crazy. My daughter's birthday was on May the 13th, and that was also the Moonlight Magic event. And so we couldn't, and we had annual passes, so there was no way we could not go.
All right. I love that. Yeah. You've got a habit with these annual passes going.
Yeah.
Right.
They're very dangerous.
So where did you stay, Ben?
We're some interesting people, geeks in general, but when we went in March, we surprised we surprised one of my wife's family members. They didn't know we were going, and so we go. When I get off of work, I want to be there as soon as possible and until the very last minute that I have to leave. I'm going to get all of my total maximum dollar value. And so in March, we drove through the night. Like I said, you kept me up, when I was driving down I-4, and we stayed at Coronado in March, and they didn't have a room available. Our room was not available because we weren't supposed to check in until later that afternoon. We got there about 2 a.m. and we weren't supposed to check in until about 3 p.m. And so we slept in the truck. They didn't have a room available. They were 100% booked. I kind of thought, oh, well, yeah, they'll probably have a room. They'll probably be able to squeeze us in. And didn't really pay much attention to it. So even somebody who's been as much as me can do something as silly as not have a room. So we slept in the truck for 2 or 3 hours, and then we went to Hollywood Studios and rocked it all day. So we're hardcore.
That sounds like something I did when I was in college when I went to Las Vegas, but we won't go into that.
Yeah, that's a different podcast.
That's right. All right. Well, where did you stay this time?
So this time we stayed. The first night we stayed at Pop Century. All right. Which it took us a while to get there because our plane was delayed, and we ended up arriving. We were supposed to arrive about midnight, and we arrived about 4:30 a.m. The Magical Express guy took care of us and really could tell that we were beaten down and just happy to finally make it on the bus and get into the bubble, as you say. We stayed at Pop Century for those few hours for that morning and just got some rest. And that room was nice there. I like Pop. I like the visual from Pop. My daughter really likes all of the large features, and the pools are awesome. Yeah. But we only stayed there. We stayed there literally from about 5:30 a.m. till about 10 a.m. just to get some sleep and eat a little bit of breakfast. Oh,
okay. So did you have a different resort that same night?
So the first night or the second night we were there, we stayed at Saratoga. So we were at Saratoga the rest of the time.
All right. Do you have DVC?
Yes.
You do. Okay. Excellent. So what'd you think of Pop then? Did you get a good look? Anything interesting there?
We stayed at Pop in the past, and the rooms have been updated since we stayed. And when we stayed at Coronado back in March, and we stayed at Pop this time, those rooms are really nice. For the dollar value, I mean, that room, the Pop room, since it's been updated, was nicer. It wasn't as large, but the amenities were nicer. It was cleaner, fresher than the Saratoga room that we stayed in.
Oh, wow, that's good. I'm staying there for the G3 in October, so I'm excited. Yeah. I know it's a good little resort for sure.
Yeah, I like it a lot, and I like the large visual. We stayed at All Stars for many years when I was in high school and college, and we loved it. I mean, it was, you're staying there to sleep. I mean, of course I love the Poly. That's our home resort, is the Poly, and so nice. I'm hardcore Poly, but when the points don't allow it, right? The values are with those updated rooms are hard to beat.
Absolutely. All right. I haven't talked to very many people that have stayed at Saratoga Springs, funny enough. And we've got a good friend, Kevin Curtis Allen, who bought into DVC. He'll be there for G3. So let's tell Kevin all about Saratoga Springs, Ben.
Okay. So Saratoga is large. I'll tell you that first.
Right.
And there are 3 or 4, I think there's 4 bus stops inside of Saratoga, and there's also a connection bus to the Treehouse Villas from Saratoga. Right. It's the horse racing theme from upstate New York. Right. Large buildings. I think there are 3 or 4 pools. It's nice. It's very nice. I think Lake Buena Vista Golf Club laces through, or the golf course laces through some of the buildings there. Like that. Yeah, it's very nice. The room's set up with queen, and then our room was set up with a queen and a pull-out couch, large closet, and then sink prep, and then toilet and bathtub. Yeah. It's kind of an average. And then across from the way was a sink and a little kitchenette area.
Yeah, the studio then.
Very average, yeah.
The studio. Okay. Mm-hmm. How about the food? Did you try any food there?
So we did quick service, which I think was Artist Palette. Ours pallet, thank you. And it was good. The quick service breakfast, we got almost the exact same thing the first morning and the second morning. Because I can't remember which geek it is, but she eats like she's going to the electric chair.
That's EJ.
EJ, okay, EJ.
EJ.
So I'm with you, EJ. I jog and I exercise and all that. I'm a big guy. I'm also diabetic, so I keep track of things. But when I'm in Disney World, I have a muffin or two without anybody looking. So
you're cheating a little bit on that.
Yeah. So we
don't we all? You don't have to take it.
Exactly.
You don't have to take everything for the team here. We're all cheating when we're down there.
That we had an egg, an average egg breakfast at both Pop Century and Saratoga, and the Saratoga. The eggs and the meat I believe were about the same thing, but the potatoes were much better at Saratoga. I found it very strange that it was like an upgraded potato option versus the Pop.
Like home fries?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It was
pretty darn good.
Yeah, I love all that kind of stuff. Well, tell me, you're saying about the transportation, was it pretty good there?
Mm-hmm. So my only issue with the transportation and with the multiple stops is that if you're, it's 6 one way, half a dozen the other. If you're headed to the parks, where we were in the grandstands, which is when you're going in, before you even get to the main check-in area, there's a spur off to the right, and we were in the grandstand, and that's where the first bus stop is.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we get picked up first, which is nice because sometimes the buses get full in the morning. But it's a long bus ride. Like if you're going to Animal Kingdom, it's probably a 35 or 40 minute bus ride from the grandstand to Animal Kingdom because they're opposite parts of the property. And you have to travel all through Saratoga before you even get out of Saratoga.
Okay.
So, there are some trade-offs with it being large, but also one morning I was off my game and I left my medical bag sitting on the counter.
Yeah.
And so we got to the third bus stop and realized that I didn't have it. So I jumped off and ran across to go get it and burned a few calories and had to go back. So
yeah, I hate when I do that. All right. Well, hey, Ben, speaking of eating like you're going to the electric chair, let's talk food because, we are the Geeking on WDW podcast and that's what we're all about.
Yes, sir.
I know you broke it down here by day, but I want to ask you some of your favorites. And did you do any sit down restaurants?
We did California Grill and we did Yak and Yeti.
Okay. Oh, so you did the Yak and Yeti sit down?
Yes.
All right. Let's talk about California Grill. I'd like to hear. Did you go out for dinner? We
did. We went for dinner. We had a 7:35 reservation because we figured if we could eat and kind of relax some, that we'd be about ready dessert-ish for fireworks, and that worked out beautifully. We weren't sure. So we got engaged at California Grill in 2003.
I heard you say that.
Then we went for maybe like our 5 or 6 year anniversary, and it was pretty good. But wasn't overwhelming. This time, they knocked it out of the park.
Oh,
we were at a great table. Maybe it was the dynamic with my daughter who was 6, so she was old enough to have, she wasn't an infant or anything, and so we had a lot of fun at a table.
Good.
My wife had some wine, and I had I can't remember the name of it, but it was a spicy margarita drink, and man, it was good. I had to have a second one. So, that was
so good we had to have another.
It was sort of ill-advised by the end of it, but we had a good time.
You gotta be careful with your medical condition. You gotta be careful with the alcohol. I'm sure.
Oh yeah. I've got it. I've been insulin dependent for
a good friend of mine from college has the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's not. I've got enough experience with it to know when to and when not to.
Yeah.
So, and I wear a glucose monitor, so I track it constantly. So I know what I'm doing and where I'm headed.
We've had some mixed reviews from California Grill. Of course, it's one of the most gorgeous views and spots in all of property. Mm-hmm. So how was dinner? It
was really good. So my wife and I split the hearts of romaine salad, and we had the short rib wonton appetizer, and they were both really good.
That sounds good.
We were pleased with both of those. My wife ordered the filet, which, good solid choice there. I ordered the bison because I thought that was a little bit different, something I couldn't get, or not that I couldn't get at home,
right.
Something I wouldn't order at home.
What's that, a steak? Is that a steak?
Yeah. Yes, sir. That's bison. That's
Nice.
I believe that's buffalo.
Yeah.
My daughter had the kid steak, of course.
Looks like we had some meat eaters here today.
She says she's a carnivore. When she learned what that was, she started using it a lot.
Very nice.
And everybody enjoyed their food and their side dishes. I ended up with some macaroni that was very good. My daughter had some mashed potatoes that were good, and my wife had asparagus. We kind of shared around the table.
Yeah.
And
Fun.
everything, we were pleased with everything.
How was the show? Did you stay for the fireworks then?
Oh, yes, sir, we did.
Yeah.
We about the time we were going to order dessert is when they were setting up, and everybody was kind of going outside for the fireworks, and our table was in a perfect spot. We did not have to leave the table. We just turned our chairs and could see we were right there against the glass, and so my daughter sat right there with her face pressed up against the window, which
nice.
is what it's all about.
That's
and it was really good. I enjoyed it. She was very thrown off by the location of where the fireworks actually go off at versus where the castle is from that view, and so we kind of had to explain to her how that works. But once she got it and she knew where to look, she was on board. So
where did it look like the fireworks were being blasted off from that angle?
From that angle, they're coming. So they're probably 300, 400, 500 yards to the right of where you would think they would be going off from. People think they go off out of the back of the castle.
Right.
They're much farther back than that.
That's right. Cool. All right. Well, and you said you did the Yak and Yeti. What did you think of that one?
We did. We had done Yak and Yeti not long after it opened. Which is, I think our waitress told us they've been open for about 10 years. So roughly 10 years ago, we did Yak and Yeti, and it was average. I didn't eat as many interesting things back then.
Yeah.
Still sometimes can be a picky eater, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. My wife had the honey chicken, and I had the spicy cauliflower, and I've gotten lately over the last year or two, I've gotten where I really enjoy pretty spicy food.
All right.
And so when the waitress said, "Oh, this is pretty spicy," I said, "Oh no, I'm from Louisiana. I got that." and so
I'm a professional.
Yeah, I can do that. That's my normal.
I get you. That makes sense to me.
And so it was really good.
Awesome.
It was a good flavor, good spice. So it brought the cauliflower, which sometimes a lot of people say it's bland and it's really just a boring carrier, but it was really good with the spice.
And that's an entree?
Yes, sir.
All right. Is the spicy cauliflower an entree?
I think it is. If I visualize the menu, it was on the bottom, mid to bottom left of the menu. I thought it was an entree.
I was going to say, you went from beef the first time we talked, and now we're into like vegetarian. All right. And
so I was going to get, I know another viewer, I can't remember anybody's name, but suggested the Kobe beef hamburger.
Yes.
And so I was like, oh man, I mean, should I get this? I'm not sure. I had a steak, or I had bison last night. We kind of went full tilt last night, and so tonight I'm going to be good. I'm going to get cauliflower.
All right.
I'm trying. It's a balance.
Nice.
Be able to live with it.
So did you find that this experience was better than the last time at the Yak and Yeti?
Yes,
nice.
Very much so. We really enjoyed it.
Now, Ben, I'm noticing a pattern here. I see 2 margaritas also in that menu.
I was hoping you were going to skip that. But, no. Yes. I got a margarita for lunch the first day. Got a margarita for that afternoon, and then we got. But when you're walking and you're working it off like that, it's.
You don't have to explain to me, Ben. I'm cool with it. I'm all good.
And then if it's interesting or has like the one from the little margarita stand in Mexico with cucumber jalapeno. Man, that one. Well,
let's go to the Mexican Cantina next, because I see it on your list.
Yes, sir.
And you are a Patreon supporter, so I'm not going to kick you off the podcast if you say you don't like my La Cantina margaritas. But
I like them all.
Well, which is the best then of all these then that you had?
So I would say my favorite one was the one from the California Grill. That was the spicy margarita.
All
my
right.
second favorite was the cucumber jalapeno from the Margarita Pavilion. I can't remember the name of it.
That's the newer one that's across from the cantina?
Yes.
Ah, so you tried that one. Yeah, they got a lot of different flavors over there, don't they?
Yes. And like the spice, I was like, I gotta try it because I don't typically like a cucumber drink by itself.
Right.
And so I figured the cucumber and the spice balance from the jalapeno would be interesting. And so normally I get like a frozen, just straight up frozen, and those are always good.
Frozen lime margarita, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So I'm not all far off then, right?
Oh no. We one time we got some, and I was like, man, this thing's really refreshing. And so
I think I'll have another.
well, I thought about it. And so we're headed out of the park, and the guy's like, I'm sorry, you can't go out of the park with alcohol. Well, all right, well, I guess I can solve that. So I gave myself a brain freeze.
Yes,
margarita.
Definitely.
Man, those are intense.
Definitely. Drink them slow. And you really only need just one. I mean,
oh yeah.
It's a good starter there at that side of the World Showcase. Anything good to eat over at the Mexican Pavilion?
My wife had the nachos, and I had the trio of tacos. And we've been getting nachos. We used to do. We say that we invented the drinking around the world because we did it way back when we were in college. But, we didn't. I know we didn't, but it was early on. And I never drank when I was in college, oddly enough. Started drinking when I was older, and I had to have a real job and a mortgage and stuff. I don't know what that's all about. But, so I would video, and we would sort of do like a status report of like what's going on at each country. And we have a friend who's very charismatic and would always be silly. And as we got around, you start in Mexico and you go around, and as we got to Canada, things would be a little more
sillier.
Yeah, and so, but every time we did stuff like that, we always got 2 or 3 orders of nachos and went to town. Now these nachos are different because they've upgraded that restaurant and done the expansion and all that. But they've always just been loaded with good stuff.
I agree.
The tacos were really good. The tacos were good. I try and do a balance. Like I'll try and win 1 or 2 of the meals out of the day, so I'm not eating steak and a hamburger and eggs every day because it'll slow you down.
Yeah.
But I figured if I got the nachos, I would eat the entire order of nachos, and if I got the tacos, I would eat 3 tacos and then be done. And so that's what I did.
You're doing good so far, Ben. Let's say, what's some of your other favorite? You did mostly other quick serve, right? Any other good quick serves that you enjoyed?
Of course, Flame Tree is always awesome.
You're talking my language, dude.
Yeah, Flame Tree is man, they do a good job.
Do you think they give you enough ribs?
I would say yes.
You're a big guy. I'm a big guy, right? I mean,
yes, sir.
They do them up right. I think there.
We got 2. So we actually ordered 2 sampler platters for the 3 of us. Yeah, and we couldn't finish them. And it's like, oh my Lord,
that is cool. Like your daughter probably doesn't eat that much, but still.
Well, she's 6 and she's
holding her own.
Just turned 6, and she can put down some groceries.
Excellent. But those ribs. So the sampler gives you chicken, right, and ribs, and what else is on there?
Ribs. I believe there was either sliced brisket or pulled pork, and I know there's beans.
Yeah, coleslaw.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Yep. A little cornbread.
Yes, that's cornbread. Now, cornbread, oddly enough, will make my blood sugar shoot through the roof.
Yeah, I can believe that.
I try and stay away from it because
gotcha.
A lot of times they put a lot of sugar in it.
So I see pizza Rizzo.
Yeah, that one. So I heard. I don't know if I think I heard it through the podcast or maybe on the Facebook page that Pizza Rizzo was open back up for a little while, and we haven't been there in over a decade.
Yeah.
And so I thought, okay, well, it was rainy that day, and we were kind of waiting on. So I used the DAS system since I'm diabetic.
Okay.
And so we were waiting on Slinky Dog to open because there was some lightning in the area, and I was waiting to get a DAS for that, or to just ride it. And my daughter got hungry, so we decided to walk over to Pizza Rizzo, and my wife sends my daughter and I to go get a table while she goes to order the food. She didn't mobile order because we were going to mobile order, and she's very visual, and so she had to see the food in order to know what she was getting. And so she goes up, waits in line, and I get a text. Charlie and I are sitting there, and I get a text and it says, "Come help me. There's a problem." And I'm like, "Oh, what happened?" Did she get like an altercation? Did they spill something on her? What happened?
What's the problem?
And so I pack up all. It's raining, so I have the ponchos and the rain jackets and the backpack, and we get up there. I find her and like, "What's going on?" And she said, They doubled our order, and they said we should just take it because they're going to have to throw it away.
Right.
And I said, well, okay. I said, well, what happened? And so it turns out that she ordered, and then they didn't realize she was on the meal plan, I guess. And so then they said that they canceled the order, but I think it already got to the kitchen. So it got made. And so it comes out, and then it comes out, the exact same thing comes out again with her number on it. And she's like, oh, okay.
So you're going to tell me you didn't finish your meal here either?
No. So we ended up with 2 of the salads that have the
antipasta.
Yes.
All right.
Those were, man, that was.
Yeah, I had one of those.
First time I'd ever had that.
I had that there. I don't often do a salad, Ben, but I did do one there.
Yeah. Well, it's because it's got a lot of meat on it.
Yeah. I like that. I like anything with vinegar too. But
it was very good.
I do salads at home a lot.
Yeah. So we knocked down both of those salads, and then I think we ended up with, so we had 2 salads and I think 3 pizzas, which I'm not sure how you.
That's pretty good.
3
out of 4. And
then there were 4 margaritas on the tray.
Well, that's no problem.
And so these, and I'll tell you another thing about being a
they're not spicy though.
Margarita.
They're not spicy though.
They weren't spicy. They were very sweet, and so I only had about a half of one. Yeah. And we tried to keep one more. My wife had one. I had about half of one. We tried to keep one more for a little while, and she sipped on it a little bit throughout the day. But
couldn't do it.
We ended up throwing it. Yeah, it was too much.
How were the pizzas there?
I thought it was very good. It was good. There's a lot of bread in those, so for me that's more difficult because there's a lot of carbs with that. Even though I'm walking a lot, I don't want to overload, because if my daughter wants me to have a bite of ice cream with her or something, I'm going to try and keep it to where I'm flexible and I can do those things. I'm going to use it. I'm going to burn it up. I don't want to do it with just like pizza. So.
Cool. Hey, any other highlights? I see you went to the Electra umbrella and you noted that it was average. I've heard it's not even that good sometimes.
So Electric Umbrella was the last night. So if you replace my normal Cosmic Rays with the Electric Umbrella, my blood sugar was low by that evening. There's Epcot. It was Hollywood Studios. Then we did like a power walk from Hollywood Studios to Epcot. I like to get my exercise right there. We do that quite often. By then, my blood sugar was low. We went to Norway that was at the Moonlight Magic event. And I got a club there, and it was kind of soggy and would have been better had we not been rushed, because we were near the end of the event. And so on the way out, my wife was like, well, I didn't want anything in Norway, so I'm going to stop at Electric Umbrella. And so we got it. We didn't even eat it. We got it to go. We didn't even eat it until we got back to the room.
Oh, okay.
So it was only average.
Yeah. Well, that would be one of the places I'd bypass if I was in Epcot.
Mm-hmm.
But
in the future we will. That was the first time I'd ever been there.
Yeah, I keep trying it. Nothing really stands out for me there either, and others have told me that. So, how
too many other good,
exactly,
too many other good options.
Absolutely,
to go to the Electric.
You made me think of something, Ben. Isn't it true that Disney World is a place of extremes, especially when you're talking about food? You're either starving or you're stuffed. It seems like
that's right.
And with your medical issues, you got to really keep it balanced. I'm taking in for sure, even though you're in Disney World.
Yeah, I'm always, so my blood sugar monitor tells me what's going on it tests my blood sugar every 5 minutes. Great device. Just saved my life countless times.
Sure.
So I can really watch what I'm doing. So if like we powered walk from Hollywood Studios to Epcot, I'll start to dive. And so I'll get a little bit of something to kind of get it stabilized. And I also balance my blood sugar with that in order to, not my blood sugar, I balance my insulin dosage to make sure that I'm not overdosing or underdosing compared to what I'm going to eat or the exercise that I do. So it's a constant like game that you play to keep it in check.
Gotcha.
I mean, they do it.
All right. Now, you did mention a place or an extra here, the Epcot Moonlight Magic. What is that, Ben?
So the Moonlight Magic is a DVC event. It's after it's after hours. They close the park, and it's a ticketed event. You have to register to get into that.
Is it a paid event?
It is free.
Yeah, nice. The DVC perk.
Mm-hmm. And you get a meal. So you get everybody that's registered that's in your party receives a meal voucher. So the electric umbrella was at no cost. They have free Mickey ice cream bars and then sugar-free strawberry bars at all of the ice cream stands. They have characters and special costumes. So we got like a picture with Goofy in the UK in his kilt and his tartan.
Nice.
And then we got a picture with Donald he was in Canada, so he was wearing the traditional, I don't know what tartan that is, but the black and red plaid.
Oh, cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I've heard about this one. And so they have any attractions open besides the World Showcase?
So World Showcase was open from the UK around the front to China. So the back half was closed.
Okay.
After 9 o'clock, which is normal closing time.
Okay, cool.
The voucher, oddly enough, was available to be used at Norway, any of the Norway, the quick service fish and chips in the UK, and the United States, America Pavilion until 9 o'clock, but they didn't keep it open later.
Okay.
And then all of Future World was open before, throughout the event, and they had special T-shirts and all that for sale, and it's pretty cool. And they had a special fireworks, which was pretty good.
Oh, wow. So this is after Illuminations too.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
The show ended, the event ended at 12:30, and I think the fireworks went off at 12, I believe, or 11:30. I can't remember exactly.
So you guys enjoy that?
We did. We enjoyed it. We went to the Hollywood Studios event back in March. My wife's cousin was there with her family, and we went and surprised them, and also were able to do the Hollywood Studios event one of the nights we were there. And then we're going back in July for the Animal Kingdom Moonlight Magic event. We missed the Magic Kingdom one, which I believe was in January. We didn't realize that this event was going on until after that had gone by.
All right. So let's get into some of your fun stories, pixie dust moments, and maybe some things that you did for the first time. Did we get to any of the first? What did you do for the first time?
The only thing really that we did for the first time, we were talking about it last night. About the only thing we did was the electric umbrella, and it was only average.
All right, so we'll skip that then.
Yeah.
But I see your daughter is over 48 inches now, and she's got no ride restrictions.
That's correct.
So what did she try? What did she think?
Charlie she'll let the ride queue really affect her. So like Tower of Terror, she's freaked out in the ride queue. Yep. When she's on the ride, she's okay.
Okay, yeah.
But she builds up that scariness. She builds up that fear in her head and lets it. And sometimes it can get to her. And of course, she's 6, so I mean, she's allowed that, I guess.
Right. That's right.
As a child.
That's right. Yeah, 6. My son was 6 when we took him for the first time. My youngest. I can picture this. Yeah, I gotcha.
And so we rode. When did she ride first? She rode Everest first and was very nervous about it, but she doesn't mind the drops and she doesn't mind the turns. She's mostly doesn't like the dark. And so when the track flips and you go backwards, she was kind of scared during that. But the rest of it, she was cautiously optimistic.
All right.
And about 5 minutes after she was done, she was like, I kind of liked it. Like I said, well, do you want to go back on it right now? Well, no, I mean, just give me some time.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll go on it next time. So.
Well, that's cool that you guys can all go together, though. That's nice. That's good.
Her favorite was Primeval Whirl. She'd been wanting to ride that, and
wow,
and just couldn't because it spins, and so you have to. It's not big, and it's not all that powerful. But
right.
The spinning it can be more dangerous for the younger ones, so they have to be taller. And so when she could ride that, I mean, she was gung ho, and so we got a fast pass for that, and we went and rode that.
Nice.
And as soon as she got off, she was like, "No, we're going on it again. We're going on it again."
So she obviously doesn't get nauseous or motion sickness. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now I, on the other hand, was like, all right, y'all can go again. I'm going to go to the bar, go find the hidden bar over there.
I'm with you. Yeah, that one's hard if you got motion sickness for sure. How about the rock and roller coaster? Because you said she didn't like the dark.
She was more nervous about rock and roller coaster than anything else we rode.
Yeah, that makes sense.
She does enjoy the speed. She was like, did we go upside down? You told me I was going to go upside down. When did we go upside down? And so that's I kind of explained it to her, and we asked her if she saw the big donut because she loves to have a donut for her birthday every year. And I said, "Did you see the big donut? The big donut on the sign?" And she was like, "Well, no, I didn't see that." Did you have your eyes closed the whole time? She said, "Well, yeah, my eyes were closed the whole time." Said, okay, well, we're gonna need to go on it again so you can actually see some of this stuff. So she's getting there.
That's all right, Charlie. Most people's eyes are closed on the rock and roller coaster if they're honest. Yeah. That's great. All right. Hey, any other pixie dust moments from this trip?
Charlie got free ice cream in Tomorrowland, and she got free popcorn at I believe it's called the Thirsty River Bar there right by
How come?
Everest.
Is she just too cute?
She is very cute. But she was wearing a birthday pin.
Oh, nice.
I don't think there was. I mean, there had to have been because I didn't notice every one of them. But it seems like not one cast member failed to tell her happy birthday.
Yeah.
It was, and she loved it. At first, she didn't know how to act. She was like, I said, "So we just need to say thank you very much." They're telling you because they want you to have a good time. And so sometimes she gets a little shy, and so she got to where she was kind of expecting it, and she would go all out. Thank you so much. Thank you.
That's a cute little learning moment too. For us, I always say I'm an introvert, but I like to interact with the cast members, which I got to kind of jump out of my skin a little bit to do that. And so that's a good little learning moment for her to be more outgoing. Don't be afraid. Yeah.
Yeah. And I've had to tell her before, when she was real young, she was afraid of not the princesses, but any character in a full face.
Yeah.
And so it's like there are just some friends that are pretending to be.
Yeah.
There's somebody in there pretending to be Minnie. That's not the real Minnie. That's a lady in there who's helping you. She wants you to have a good time. She's not going to hurt you. She's just there for you to smile. And so after that, she was like, "Oh, okay. So there's people in there." So yes. Not trying to say that everything there is fake all the time, but at the same time, like these people are here for you to have a good time and for you to laugh and for you to be comfortable. And so after that, she was not afraid.
Nice work, Dad.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
I wanted to ask too about Charlie. Did she try the Slinky Dog?
Oh yes, sir. So she's done Slinky Dog a few times, and like I said, it was rainy that day, and so we were kind of waiting. We did Toy Story, we did the alien saucers, we kind of did everything that we could do.
Mm-hmm.
And there was rain, and I kept looking at the forecast, and it looked like it was just going to be an all day thing. And it ended up, we were about to leave to go to Epcot. I saw an empty car go by on Slinky Dog, and so my wife and I we had gone to the restroom. We were just kind of slowly walking around, kind of moping that we weren't going to be able to ride Slinky Dog. And out comes one of the empty cars, and like us and like 2 or 3 other couples that kind of knew what that meant were like, all right, let's go now. And so we all kind of scurried over there, and we got on the ride. We were in the queue for maybe less than 5 minutes. We were some of the first people on it after the rain delay.
Yeah, right.
So Charlie was able to ride, and we got off of that, and we immediately walked to Epcot. So.
Nice. So she likes that one then. That one's not dark. Yeah.
No, she loves that one because she can see it. She knows what's coming.
Did we talk about this Happy Birthday in Scandinavian?
We have not.
Yeah.
So that was at the Moonlight Magic event. So the Frozen ride was open. Long live the Maelstrom. But
nice. Frozen, I have the T-shirt. I have the T-shirt.
I don't yet. But,
we bought like some of the last T-shirts of the Maelstrom. So yeah, it's a nice shirt too.
So we get in line for that. Where it's near the end of the night. I think it's right after the fireworks. She had actually fallen asleep during the fireworks, and we were sitting right there on one of the benches on the Norway side of China. So we're kind of right at the edge of the cutoff, and we were kind of alone. And so after the fireworks were over, we said, okay, well, I guess we're going to leave. We won't do Frozen. And I guess, a 6-year-old's mind can bring her back to life from dead sleep when she hears the word Frozen. And so,
of course.
So she's like, what? Frozen? Aren't we going to ride Frozen? I thought she was sleeping. And she was. And
That's great.
But we walked over there, and there was really no one. There was no one in line. And so we go, and the young lady at the final filter right there before you get put into the rows on the boat, she said, "Oh, happy birthday! Would you?" And there was nobody around, and the boat was empty. So she said, "Would you like to know how to say happy birthday in Anna and Elsa's native language in Scandinavian?" And she was she had an accent, of course, so she was
authentic.
Yeah, authentic. And so Charlie was like, I don't understand, and we're from Louisiana, so we don't do much for accents. And so she,
we don't have any Norwegians in Louisiana.
No, not typically, mostly just Cajuns. So,
little French.
Yeah, a little French. And so she said it again, and I said, "Oh, well, yeah, great. Can we video it?" And so she got down and knelt down next to Charlie and kind of held on to her and said, "I'm going to tell you how to say happy birthday in Scandinavian."
Nice.
And she said it, and I couldn't even tell you what the first syllable was. It was very difficult.
Right.
I could watch the video and still.
Tough language. Yeah.
Yes, sir. And so Charlie really loved that.
Yeah, that's cool.
How do you say it? And I was like, I have no idea. Yeah.
That's cool.
Watch it and practice.
Yeah.
So that was really good. She spent a couple minutes with her, and then when a few people came up behind us to get on, they put us on the boat.
Well, that is one of the things I love about World Showcase is the authentic cast members that you can interact with. That is a perfect one. That even with the young kids that they interact like that, it's a learning moment there for them. Love it.
It's so awesome. When we were kids and in high school, and people would, you're going to go to Disney World, or you're in high school. And I'm like, well, yeah, but if you, as a high school boy, and you went to England or you went to the UK or Norway, there were these beautiful women there from all over the country, or all over the world, I should say, and that was not a bad thing. And my father's friend that worked for Disney, he actually became an important part of Epcot, and he was in charge of entertainment for Epcot, going to recruit and kind of seek out the entertainment for each of the countries. So,
cool.
In Mexico, he would go to watch the brass bands, the trumpeters, and the mariachi bands. In Canada, he recruited the band that was there forever, Off Kilter.
Oh, yeah.
He recruited them.
Wow.
The opera singers in Italy, the belly dancers in Morocco.
Wow.
All those things. So he went all over the world looking for those types of talent. So when we went to dinner with them when we were in school, we would go to his wife was an amazing woman. She actually works for Disney, and she was a Bulgarian elephant rider. and was in the circus, and they got married.
Yeah.
And then they moved it and started working at Epcot. And so she's heavy with Morocco. And so she would always want to go to Morocco when we would have dinner with them. And as a kid, to me, a pastry with ground meat and cinnamon and sugar was always a weird combination because of they use some different spices. So they use cinnamon, not necessarily sugar, but they use cinnamon in meats and different things. And it was I was looking for like grilled chicken and French fries. But the belly dancers would come out and they would see them and come over and like sit down on our table. So, my brothers and I would always just, sort of, suck in our belly and act tough and just be amazed at these people. And they were all so friendly though. They were just so real. And it was really cool
Authentic.
to kind of hear that they're real people. They have a life story. They have children. They have families. They're just awesome. It's really cool.
Absolutely. Cool stories, Ben. Awesome. All right. I'm going to move into some of your favorite character meetups.
Okay.
What do you think? I see a couple here that are really interesting. Like we've been talking about this one, the Mickey and Minnie with their birthday outfits. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so that's over at Magic Kingdom, right?
Yep. Yes, sir. So we did that. That was one of the last things we did at Magic Kingdom. We weren't going to do it. And before we had done Talking Mickey.
Right.
And
yep.
That was, I guess that was last year when we were Talking Mickey.
Yeah.
We
were all pretty disappointed with because that was such a unique experience.
I'll tell you, so Mickey and Minnie in their birthday outfits, almost said it, but I didn't say it. They were really good. Those characters to me, are like the top tier. They're the best at their craft.
Yeah.
And so they're really good. They're really good with kids. They're really good with special needs kids. They're really good with any sort of thing that you can throw at them. They've got it.
Well said. Well said. Did you see what they did for Mama and I?
No.
Took one of my best pictures ever. This past January, they kneeled down and they doing their little rubbing their noses or kissing, and they were trying to get us to do the same thing. So we got a good picture of them in the foreground and us in the background. So yeah,
awesome.
But very animated. Yeah, they were just hamming it up with us.
Yeah, I would have to think that there are tiers on how they're different people are doing different things at different levels, and these guys are this crew to me is
the best of the best.
Are some of the best. Yeah.
Nice.
And the same thing with the Talking Mickey. And I know those were sort of pre-scripted sentences and stuff, but we decided to go. We waited in line. We didn't have a fast pass, and we waited for probably an hour and a half or so. And when Charlie, I think must have been 4 or 5, and that can be difficult. And so, but we knew we wanted to see him. And so we get in there, and they put you in there with maybe 2 or 3 other groups. And they looked like some early 20s, young ladies from I assume that they were from Japan. And they walked up and he said hello. And then I think they said konnichiwa.
No.
And he switches and says konnichiwa back to them and then says a couple of sentences.
Wow.
And I was like, oh man, I'm going to cry.
That's impressive, right?
That was really, really like seamless. Just like,
you know what?
Okay. I got this. No problem. I can do this.
Mom and I always comment about the Japanese people that we see in the parks, and the girls are so cute. They all dress up real cute. Mm-hmm. I've interviewed them one time on the podcast. I had like 5 or 6 of them. I don't usually walk up to people. Like, I don't really interrupt people. I'm not looking out to do it, but I think they dropped something like a selfie stick or something. And I just had to say something. They all giggled, and then we talked. I said, "Do you want to be on the podcast?" But yeah, we would have melted if we heard that.
Yeah, I was like the whole time, like I couldn't.
That's cool.
It was hard for me to overcome that. I was like, oh man, that is
brilliant.
So I work in retail, and so there's always these moments where if you realize how big they are and how many people go through there every single day, And they still have the ability and will always have the ability to individualize your experience.
Yeah. Good point.
It is so awesome.
Yeah.
So I work a bunch of people in my career.
Yeah.
And so like I always I still think about the fact that the guy who's picking up trash, who a lot of people would assume that he's probably the lowest paid person on the totem pole.
Right.
And he has the power to go get a Mickey ice cream bar for a child who is crying because they either dropped it or they're just
it's awesome
because he wants to. And they empower their people to make those decisions right there every time, and it's like
so awesome.
I love
one
of the things that gets me. Yeah.
Yeah. I love your take on this because you work in that space and you can really appreciate it. And you're describing it so well, Ben. I love that. Thank you. Good. I feel that same way. But you're coming from a better place than I am on that because dealing with the public we didn't even say that, right? The public who wants to do the public's tough.
Well, it's
can be.
And when is the 3:00 parade and the Disney point and all those things. And it's
yeah, it could get monotonous, but
bubble.
man,
I feel like you described the bubble as, and I couldn't have put it better myself. Is that, man, that it really is that really is how it works. Like because people at work, like my boss has been a few times and he's like, man, he's the owner of our company and he said, why are you going to go 4 times this year? And like, why wouldn't I? Why would I not? He's like, is it just that magical? And well, as a matter of fact, it is. If you can think about how minute the things are, the flags don't have the American flags are built a certain way. The windows are smaller on the second floor. It just goes on and on. The spacing for the garbage cans, all of that sort of infrastructure that is built into the things that we just pass by or we throw trash in. It's like, wow. I mean, they put that much effort into something that we really care nothing about.
I give advice. We hear this a lot on the podcast from folks because we are geeks and we get each other. It's kind of why we bond together, I think, in a Facebook group or in our podcast family. And I would say to people, be kind to people. You can talk a little bit. Don't overdo it because if they don't get it, you're not going to convince them to get it.
Yeah.
If it's not for them, it's not for them. And you just, change the subject. And
I've told him, and he was like, well, I mean, okay. He said, if it makes you happy, then good. I said, well, good, because it does.
Let me ask you another one here. There's a new one there that's really fun. People may not know it's there. I got a chance to do it in January, but Ralph and Vanellope.
Okay, yeah. So Ralph and Vanellope are at the exit, the little imagination area of the end of the Imagination ride in Epcot.
Yeah. And
they spend a lot of time with each group. Like sometimes nobody's really fast, but they probably spent a good 2 or 3 minutes, which to me is a long time with a character, I feel like, with my daughter and my wife. And Vanellope signed my daughter the signature backpack that we were doing.
Oh, you got to tell everyone about that. That's right. You posted that on our Facebook group. That was really creative, Ben.
So that I guess that's the only thing I've ever done creative in my life. It's not true, but sometimes that's how I feel.
They have this saying down in Louisiana: the blind chicken finds the corn sometimes.
Yeah. A broken clock is right twice a day.
Well, I don't know. I thought it was you just sold yourself short because that was pretty creative. But
so my wife saw probably on Pinterest or something where you take a white hair bow for a girl and have the princesses and then some of the core characters sign it, but it's small.
Yeah.
And so we did that a year or so ago, and oddly enough, my wife's bag, Disney Parks bag, broke in March. It broke, and she's been carrying it for years, and so it's kind of like, man, I don't know what I'm going to do now. It's kind of our staple. This is what we always use.
Yeah.
I said, well, why don't you just get I don't know where it came from. I might have had a margarita or something. I said, why don't you just get a white backpack and have all the characters sign the bag, just like they signed the bow? And she was like, huh. I don't know. Maybe we could do that.
A strike of brilliance there.
Yeah, so we got it, and the first character to sign it was Pluto.
Yeah.
And it was Pluto on the front right side as you're going in of Epcot. And, Pluto, he signs, with his eyes, but he's
Yeah. So
but
it's
he's
big.
signing it blind. And so he has, and I don't know how much, I guess I don't know the total audience scope here, but I guess most people already know that, but so he had to look through, he actually had to put his eyes on it to make the signature because it's a big fluffy thing that's not really stable. And then my wife also did, and I didn't post a picture of it, but she did some small wooden blanks that come from like Hobby Lobby or from a craft store that I'm going to drill a hole in and make Christmas ornaments out of it. So my daughter will decorate around the signature. So she had the characters sign the book, they signed the little wooden disc or the wooden star, and then they signed the white backpack. And it was really cool. The backpack, it's got a few signatures that somebody requested that I post a status picture afterwards.
Yeah,
we didn't get a ton of signatures. Like we didn't do a princess event.
That'd be cool to see
like a princess breakfast and stuff like that.
It'd still be cool to see what you got there on that. See how it worked out. Cool.
She got Daisy, and so Daisy signed. We kind of wanted the core to sign kind of in the upper main area, and then everybody else signed around. So Vanellope was mad because she didn't want to sign down on the side. She wanted to sign like right next to or right over the top of Mickey Mouse. But she did.
She's fresh.
She cooperate.
Yeah.
And then Daisy signed kind of in the core area, and Donald, when Donald saw it, Donald at Storybook Circus was pretty good. He spent a long time with Charlie, interacting with Charlie, and then when he saw Daisy's signature, there was enough room above it, and so he writes Donald Duck #1, and then below it he put a heart and he put Donald Duck #1 loves Daisy.
Oh, cool!
Daisy so it was a good connection there.
Nice.
And it happened to work out where the signature worked out.
Very smart. Very smart, Donald. He's a good dude.
Yeah, it was good.
All right. I'm going to get into kind of the tip section of the show, Ben. Tell me, for your daughter, what's like her must do when she goes to Disney World? What's good stuff for kids?
So Charlie loves all kids have the Wiggles or some sort of case of the Wiggles or the Wiggle Bugs, whatever people call them.
Yeah.
So she loves to do the Disney Junior sing-along and dance party. And then anytime that there's a dance party in the evening, so like at the Moonlight Magic events, there's a dance party at every one.
All right.
They're doing a lot more of that. Like they had the dance party in the streets of the Magic Kingdom. I'm not sure if they still do that parade or not, but
right.
So all that kind of stuff she just loves. And anything interactive, anything where they can participate at all, it allows you to sort of see it how they see it. I love the Haunted Mansion. She likes the Haunted Mansion. I love to do different things, and I see it as me being a kid with my dad and my family.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's nice to sit back and like the Lion King. The Lion, to me, I enjoy the Lion King show so much at Animal Kingdom. I think it's a great show. I feel like maybe some people don't like it, but she barely blinks through that whole thing, and it's really awesome.
Oh, cool.
We try and sit on the end of a row so that she can go down and go around with the little noisemakers at the end.
Nice.
And they're so excited about stuff like that.
Did she do the Frozen sing along?
Yes. She's belting it out the whole time.
I love that. I'm amazed the way that those songs have connected with the kids. The way they know those words is phenomenal to me. But, this is something I lost track of. I don't remember my kids being into these dance parties, and someone else said this on the podcast recently. And there's one, I don't know if you know, Ben, you probably do because you're an expert, but the old Toy Story entrance area behind there, the Incredibles have a dance party now. And I kind of stumbled on it. So I was like, this is a cool thing because there's not much to do over here, but I didn't realize how much the kids enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Cool.
We saw it. I think we saw that in March. We went back there. We were actually leaving Toy Story, and the kids were so it was my daughter who's 6, her cousin who was 6, and then the younger cousin who was 4. And they were kind of ahead of us, holding hands and running around, all being silly because we had just surprised them And so everybody was on high, I guess. And so the kids turned right back to the Incredibles area, and we're like, no, we got to go this way to go to wherever we were going to. When we got to where we could see down the aisle, it was like, okay, well, never mind. We're going to the Incredibles dance party. And so we went down there, and of course they had a blast with all the characters. It really was awesome. And when we went to the Hollywood Studios Moonlight Magic event, right there, right in front of the Chinese Theater, they had where that stage is. They had a big dance party there, and they had a bubble fog machine, so it would make bubbles and push fog at the same time. So then you'd end up with bubbles of fog, which I thought was pretty cool. I've never seen that before. I'm not much of a nightlife guy.
Boy, the kids really love the bubbles. I know that. I went through.
So man, they were chasing those fog bubbles, because when you would pop the fog bubble, it would just kind of eerily go away.
Oh, that's cool.
And it was so cool that they were so excited about that.
I love that.
Danced there for over an hour.
Well, so enough over the kids. What do you like? What's your favorite thing as an adult to go and do?
And I talk a lot about like the mechanical and the physical being that is Walt Disney World, and all of the cool things, the paces between the garbage cans and all those things. But it's just slowing down to like you asked for like maybe like a top 5 suggestion on the Facebook page.
Yeah.
My suggestion was the top 5. I would really call it the top 5 park benches. So like, where can you go and sit and just take a minute, because we all get into that. Oh, I got a fast pass for this. I'm going here next, and I'm going to go eat this, and then I'm going to go there, and then I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to go to bed.
Yeah.
And so it's like, just take a minute and just stop. Like, plan, if you're going to go for some days, you should never plan to go just once, because you'll never see it all. So plan to go more than once.
Right.
Take some time and plan like a pool day halfway through. You don't even have to go to the pool, but just plan an off day or a resort day. I know a lot of people have said plan a resort day is really awesome. And we never did that like when we were younger, before we had kids, because we were always trying to go and do.
Right.
Since we've had Charlie, we've done a pool day at Saratoga a couple times. We stayed there a couple times, and then we've done one at the Poly. And it's so interesting to sit, and like the Magic Kingdom is in the background of the Poly and all that chaos that's there. But you're sitting, you can have a drink, or just, I was sitting there drinking a bottle of water and just thinking, man, it's just so cool to just be here. Like, you could hear the train, the whistle in the background, and I mean, that just,
nothing like it. There's no place like it.
That you're on vacation. There really isn't. And a lot. I mean, like you said, some people get it, some people don't.
Well, I'm going to. I was reviewing those suggestions that I asked for, and I did see that topic more than once, so it definitely caught my eye. I think we will be doing that for you, Ben. I like that one, and we'll get a round table together to do that. Well, you go a lot, Ben. Did you learn anything new? I know I kind of have a different take every time I go. Something that I don't know if I learn it new or it just refreshes my memory. Did you have anything this time?
So something that was that I learned that was new about, and it was really about the Moonlight Magic event. So if you're a DVC member and you go to a Moonlight Magic event and you stay at a resort that is primarily DVC, so like a Old Key West or a Saratoga, then be prepared at the end to wait to get on the bus.
Yeah.
When we were walking out of Epcot, it's 12:30, 12:40, because the event ends at 12:30.
Right.
Everybody's tired. It had rained that day. Our shoes are wet, and we can kind of see in the distance, and that it's your bus stop, because that's just how life works sometimes. My biggest concern was that there were 4 to 6 ECVs, and there was one bus.
Yeah.
And I thought, these people, just those 6 people and then their parties, are going to have to wait for at least 3 rounds of buses before they get home.
True.
Not to mention all of these people that are filling the cattle call, plus the people pouring out of the backside.
Yep, that's a tough one.
Man, for an event that is a DVC event, for I guess the people that are, you've already got us, because we're DVCers. We're there for life.
We're lifers.
So they show us some love in the park, and then the transportation afterwards was
Kind of rough.
Disappointing. We were very disappointed. And so we continued around the corner and walked through the parking lot for a minute. And my wife actually got a lift that had a car seat. And just Charlie's right at that age where I still want her in a car seat, but in Florida, she doesn't have to have one. And we were home we were back to Saratoga in, I think, 15 minutes from the time we first saw the bus stop problem.
Okay.
And I thought, man, I feel bad for those people in those carts and those scooters because they don't have a choice.
So so the Lyft and the Ubers are kind of a big hit now that they are available. Good job. All right. Did anything go different than you planned? Did you do a lot of planning for this trip?
We planned a little bit. A lot of times our October trip is the large trip that we're going on this year. So we'll be there for the G3 and we're doing, so we're into November. We're doing, I'm going to do the Wine and Dine 10K. And so we're planning
Ben, I didn't know
that. So that entire week is like this, then this, now, this at this time. And so we're doing all the meals, all of that. Because there's the three of us and there's probably 15 to 20 of us going. So it's big, so we have to coordinate when we all want to get together.
I don't think I knew I was going to be able to see you.
Yes, sir. I'll be there.
I don't think I knew that. I don't think I had you on my list. I'm gonna fix that.
Yep, add me to it. I'll be there.
Love it.
We actually already had that scheduled, and when we started listening to the podcast,
that's cool.
The G3. He keeps saying G3 at the end of October. That's interesting. I wonder if we're going to be there at the same time. Where
are you staying in October?
In October, we're staying at our home resort, the Poly.
Oh, nice. Good deal. Well, I plan on watching the Wine and Dine. I'm going to be a spectator because we got runners going. Cool, Ben. All right. I love that. 10K.
I'll be huffing it, hoping to get a margarita at the finish line.
I love it. This is great. All right. Did you have anything disappoint on this trip?
So as far as the bus stop situation was a little bit disappointing.
Yeah.
But as far as attractions go, we did the Lightning McQueen attraction.
Yeah.
I was not impressed.
What is that? I think I've seen it. I mean, I've seen of it. What is that?
So it's located there. They used to do the sports event when they would do the sports stuff. I think in March and like in the spring, they would do like the ESPN days. I think out through the side, the right side of the park at Hollywood Studios, right behind Rock and Roller Coaster.
Okay.
They built a building there. It's basically a short movie, or it's a movie with a Lightning McQueen audio animatronic on a raised stage in the middle with some screens that wrap 180 degrees.
Okay. Yep.
But the quality of the video and I don't know. It seemed like they needed something Lightning McQueen themed in the park.
They slapped it together.
And it's like the queue is outside. You're standing out there. They have a couple of the pop-up umbrellas, like for shade, and a few of the circle breeze maker fans. And that's it. And then they open the doors, I think 5 minutes before the show starts. And I think the show is maybe 10 or 15 minutes at the very most. And you go in and there's some low, no back benches. And it's all car themed. And Lightning is good, and he's, not Lightning, Mater is good, and he's entertaining. The Lightning animatronic is good because it's a car, so they don't have a moving mouth or anything. It's a projection style mouth.
Right.
And so it's pretty good as far as the quality goes, but like the video and the whole entire story just was kind of, I don't know, seemed thrown together.
All right.
I don't know. I don't typically, I'm kind of a fanboy for them, and so I hate to say that, but I really was disappointed. I was
watching a video today talking about how to communicate with people, and if you want people to listen to you, and I was like, I get this stuff on YouTube, and you know how they feed you stuff, and I was just watching, but you know, and I think one of the things they say is be positive. I'm like, I'm always positive on my podcast, but you always got to be real too. And, you know, I think I want to be I am positive, so I'm not going to act when I'm not. But if it's something that's, I'm not really crazy about, I'm going to say it too. So that's good. That's why I asked that question. All right, Ben, I want to know, you're an expert. So what's your best advice for a newcomer? Oh, wait a minute. I didn't ask you this. What exceeded your expectations? We got to give the good news.
Okay. So for me, the two things, the Yak and Yeti, sit down. It's not super fancy, nothing extravagant, good quality food. Our server was excellent.
Yeah, we get good reports of the Yak and Yeti. Mm-hmm. Definitely. I'm glad you tried it.
And it was far improved over the 10 years ago when we went.
Awesome.
I really enjoyed it.
Perfect.
And then the number of cast members and the quality of their interaction with my daughter and her birthday button. I mean, I know that that's a thing, and they look for those buttons, but it's just that continuation of that joy that they provided to her every time.
Yeah, I think so, I don't want to say I expect it. I know it's there. I know that they do these things, but it still seems special to me every time. I'm like you. I still appreciate it, and I appreciate the effort. And like you said, from every kind of cast member. It's not the vice president of operations.
That's right. Everybody is empowered to do that.
I love that. Love the explanation.
That attitude. Yeah.
All right, now tell us what's kind of your best advice for newcomers.
So in my notes, it was a little bit of a joke, but also wholeheartedly true. Plan your second trip before you leave so you can get the discount. Because if you're truly a Disney, if you enjoy it and you like going, then go again, because you not all of us can spend 2 weeks there at a time. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But instead I go for 4 days, 4 times a year. But it's
the more you go, the cheaper it is.
Yeah. I keep telling myself.
Sort of.
Yeah. To an extent.
Well, you got the annual pass, you can over the daily cost starts to go down a little bit. Mm-hmm. But I know what you're trying to say, because there is a good discount. I always say this on my podcast, the bounce back discount is a good one.
It's that whole mentality though, so if you're going to go, a lot of people are going to go for between 4 to 7 days. You're going to do a bunch of it. You're not going to do all of it, and you're going to miss some things, or you're not going to really be able to appreciate everything.
Yeah.
So you may not be able to see everything. You may not be able to do everything, and don't feel pressured to try and do everything. Don't get upset about it if you don't do something. Plan, because I feel like everybody needs a plan. Something that's that pushes that many people through the gates, and has that many things to see and do, that many food options. It's an experience, and so you're always going to be learning. I've gone countless times. You've been a bunch of times. All the people all the geeks have been a bunch of times. We still don't know everything. We still gather information from other people, from different points of view.
New things are happening all the time.
That's right.
I forgot about this. If I seen this Lightning McQueen attraction, I'd forgotten it. So you just reminded me of that. Yeah.
It actually opened April 1st.
There you go.
It's pretty new.
Yeah. And it's, I remember when the Frozen sing-along opened up, I was like, I don't know if I want to go try this. But then I went in and went, that was awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
This just popped out of nowhere, right?
They're pretty good.
Yeah. There are always new things.
It's just that so planning to go back. I mean, I hate to say that. That may be a bad tip, but there is, for any one couple, or any one family, there are both 1,000 good tips or 1,000,000 good tips and 1,000,000 bad tips. And it's going to depend on what works for you. So do Disney how you want to do Disney. Like, I have a friend who goes full stink every single day. He flies out at as the earliest flight, so 5 a.m.
Yep.
And he's in the park. He doesn't even go to the hotel. And when he's done, he's riding. So every year he rides all the mountains, and then he rides Everest, and then he goes ride Rock and Roller Coaster, Toy Story, or Slinky Dog, Tower of Terror, and then he immediately gets on the plane and comes home. And so he's going the full bore. And like my dad and my parents, we stayed in a travel trailer at Fort Wilderness for many years.
Yeah.
And so we wouldn't go into the parks until, there were only 2 parks then, but we wouldn't go into the parks until maybe 9 or 10 o'clock. And, and we would sit down for a meal and sit down. I mean, we're from Louisiana. We like to eat. And so,
take our time.
That's right. So my daughter or my wife and them would pack sandwiches in a backpack.
Yeah.
And it would be, let's blow and go. And so eat a sandwich while you're walking to the next thing, and let's keep on going. So everybody does it a little different. Just figure out what works for you. Try some things. If you don't like it, honestly, you can always go back.
Well, you've been an awesome super geek, Ben. I can't wait to get you into the Facebook group. And I see you finished up your trip report here, like a little philosophy. Do you see that on the end of your?
That was late. You always?
Yeah. So, what's your final thoughts about going to Disney World?
So you always want to do it all, but sometimes that's just not in the cards. Take what life gives you and have fun with it.
Yeah.
Plan to go back, go full stink, and then go to the pool and relax. Remember, it's the happiest place on earth. You should be happy that you were there.
Amen.
It's just that.
I love it.
Just that whole mentality of try, listen to all of us, listen to everybody in the podcast, read all the reviews, do all the things, and then when you go, you can use that. I mean, I wouldn't live or die by our Bible, but use some of the tips and create your own version. There's always one more version that can be had. And
the number one
going to be the best thing for you.
The number one tip we've always told everybody is have a plan and then be willing to change it.
Yeah, have a plan and have rules and plans, and then be willing to break and change.
It's got to have a little break time in there too. So
that's right.
Beautiful. Well, Ben, thanks for everything. And I'm so excited. I didn't know I was going to see you in October. So that is so cool. I'll be cheering you on at the Wine and Dine, and maybe we'll have a margarita.
Yeah, that sounds good. As you said, I think the 27th is the official meetup.
It is.
11 o'clock at the Mexican.
That's it. 11 a.m. at the Cantina.
I haven't looked at our schedule. My wife really does the schedule. And so I listen, and then as we get closer, I start listening more, kind of gather my thoughts.
That's right.
But
we're going to hook up. We'll stay in touch.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Great job, Ben, with your trip report. It was fun talking to you, and I really got a kick out of Ben calling me sir a few times. We don't have to be that formal, but I think that is a Southern gentleman thing, Ben. Great to talk to you, and great that I'm going to see you down at the Grand Geek and Gathering. I'm excited for that to learn. All right, some shout outs. Cousin Heather Stone Capel, thank you so much for your intro. Great job, Cousin Heather. Heather has booked her trip coming up in December with Mama, and it's I love that they both call each other cousin, and that I guess we're all cousins somewhere along down the line, but her maiden name is Stone, so that's always fun. Thank you, Heather, for sending in the intro, and those of you guys sending in intros. Heather did it perfectly. I think that's a great format, telling us your name, where you're from, some fun Walt Disney World fact about yourself, and that you go geeking with Curtis and the whole Geekin' family. So thank you, Heather. I got one more to play next week, and if you have one, you could get on the podcast soon. Well, Mama and Lindsay are back safely from Walt Disney World. I picked them up at the airport late Thursday night. They left early on the Thursday in the morning, so they get there and get in the parks, and then they stayed in Magic Kingdom as late as they could till like 5 o'clock. Got home. I didn't get into the house about midnight on Thursday. We were so exhausted on Friday. They did meet up with Amy Rhodes. This was so cute. I saw Amy post in a Facebook group that she thought she saw Mama in Animal Kingdom Lodge. Mom and Lindsay tried to go a little bit incognito. They wanted to do this trip as Lindsay's graduation from college trip, just a mom and daughter thing. Mom was a little jealous that I had a chance when Lindsay did her college program to go alone with Lindsay, and they cooked this up, and they worked the parks really hard and had a great time. So cute that Amy got a chance to see him. They also met up with Peter and Holly at Hollywood Studios. We'll have Peter and Holly on the show soon because they had a good time at a special event at Typhoon Lagoon. We don't talk about the water parks all that often. I told Mom and Lindsay that I got to do your trip report, so I hope to record that soon. And then I was a little disappointed they didn't get to meet EJ. EJ has got a big family there and lots of schedules, but they did get to meet Mandy Ray Malinowski. Mandy Ray was in Hollywood Studios that same day, and I saw some pictures come through from meeting Mama. So that's awesome. I love those meetups. I was chatting with a bunch of listeners on Facebook Messenger, and one of them that was really cute, they all were cute, but Heather Mader Wells was messaging me. I got to read this to you guys. And she says, in case you didn't know, your podcast is the best! Exclamation point. She says, I'm a little OCD, so I started from your first episode and I'm slowly working through them in order. So I'm only on episode 140, but I listen every chance I get. I think that's pretty good, 140. I'm constantly driving my teenagers around. Taxi service. So we listen almost every time we are in the car. I've been part of your Facebook group for a while now, and it's awesome. But the podcasts really make me feel like I know you guys. They make me happy. Have a great weekend. Well, thank you so much, Heather. That made me happy. I love hearing those kinds of stories, and I had lots of fun chats this week. So welcome, Heather, to the Geekin' family. Wow, I learned from this episode that Ben is going to be at the G3 this October. I wonder if there's more of you coming that I don't know about. Definitely message me or Judy. We're keeping a list of who's going, and we are excited. It's like a family reunion coming this October. I'm going to be there the last week of October. Kevin's going to be there for 2 weeks in October. Well, it's now time to promote that October 2019 Grand Geekin' Gathering. We're calling it the G3. I want you to know that we are having an official meetup October 27th. 11 a.m. at the Mexican Pavilion. I'm thinking about another meetup possibly at Disney Springs because I have a friend that I meet with on a regular basis. He's going to be down in Florida and he's going to be staying at the beach, but he may come over to Disney Springs and spend some time. So I may do another meetup. I like that late afternoon over at Disney Springs. I got to coordinate that with Mom and Judy, but I hope to see you guys this October. It's going to be a lot of fun. We've got 30 or 40 people I know of already going to be there. So can't wait to see you guys. You guys have a couple of ways that you can support our podcast and our travel agency. It's all voluntary. Ben, who was on the show this week, is a Patreon supporter. You know, when I found he just put in his Patreon pledge for a monthly pledge to the podcast, which is totally voluntary. And I started messaging him and I realized that he had just come back from a trip. So I said, oh boy, you definitely got to come on and do your trip report. So I'm really excited and grateful for the support that we receive through our patreon.com account. And it's a place where you can pledge a monthly donation to our show. And what was really exciting to me, this was so awesome, when our super geeks started this Patreon support without me even talking about it, without asking. I had an account out there, but I'd never really promoted it. And they reached out to listeners at our 5-year anniversary, which was back in April. And they really boosted the donations to the show. I'm so amazed and grateful for you guys and the support you geeks give us. And if you want to contribute, $5 monthly pledge is just super awesome. And I love that. Thank you so much. Hugs and thank yous to all of you who support our Geekin' family. And each week, we share awesome tips for your Disney trip planning, but you can instantly gain that advantage by booking your trip with Mama, Auntie Judy, EJ Cruz, and Jennifer Glambos. Email Judy and Mama at travelingtiaras@gmail.com, and you can find EJ and Jennifer on their Little Dole Whips Facebook page because we are authorized Disney planning agency through Fairy Tale Concierge. Mom was on vacation this week, but Auntie Judy, boy, I think she's going to get Employee of the Month. She's not really our employee. I always tease her that way. She was talking to lots of geeks. People are getting excited because there's some big news coming out. It's the 2020 Disney World packages. They're coming out June 18th. So if you're planning a 2020 trip, and I know a lot of you are, you might want to get in contact with us now so you're on our list, and we are going to be proactive looking for those packages for you. It's the 2020 trips are coming out June 18th. So get a hold of us and we will start. I had someone ask, they don't even, in the Facebook group, they weren't sure what travel agents do. So I think we're going to spend some more time really explaining the services that we provide. But one thing is to get on our list and so that we can be proactive for you. Mama got back and she was checking her folder and looking at what things they got to do. They do these follow-up Fridays. They review their clients' trips and they check in on you, especially if you're hitting one of those countdown dates around fast passes and advanced dining reservations. They'll book those for you. Boy, if you're new to Disney World and you've not been in a while, you really want to work with our travel agents. And there's no cost to you. Disney pays the commission. So it's really a win-win for all of us. And we love helping you guys out. And even if you like booking and planning your own trips, book with us. We get credit for the trip. It doesn't cost you anything. You're not going to save any more by going direct to Disney. So why not book with us and have fun chatting with Mom and Judy or EJ or Jennifer? Plus, they really know all that technical stuff of booking. If you got a little special story, a little issue that you got to deal with, they'll help you with that. And even me, I can help you with some of my knowledge. I was talking with a listener this week, Kelly Carr, her name is, and she had already booked her trip back in December. She's going again this December. She's only been once before recently. And I said, well, next time we could be your travel agent. But if you want to talk to me, I went on Facebook Live with her and I looked at her dining reservations. She's going to be on the advanced dining, and I gave her lots of tips, and she was on Facebook Live. So all of our geeks that were on, there were several on there giving her tips also. So that is one thing, especially to pick some of your favorite dining. I think I gave her some good, if you're on the deluxe dining, you got to do some of those signature restaurants. I kind of pointed that out to her. And some of the others, she had a princess that she's going with. So I recommended, and she's already done the castle dining. So I said, why don't you try Akershus? We really liked that one last time we were there. I had another listener talking about the bounce backs, and they are a good deal. She's going to be down there in December, she was telling us. But I do have on my website a page about the bounce backs that they're doing for 2019. So you can go check that out. There's a phone number you can call. And again, if you book a bounce back, or if you've just booked your trip within the last 30 days, you can still check with us and we could be your travel agent of record if it's been within the last 30 days. So we'd love to do that for you. I get that a lot. Someone comes into the podcast, goes, oh, I wish I had found you guys earlier because you could have been my travel agent. Well, we can if you've only booked within the last 30 days. So I always like to remind you of that. Also, the Geek and Family Inner Circle is out there. And when you sign up for the Inner Circle, you're going to gain access to some new private podcasts that are out in my feed. There's 4 episodes. There are going to be 5 soon. And after 5 years of geeking on Walt Disney World, I got a great dilemma. I just have more fun episodes to share with you. And in the past, I've shared these live trip reports. People have really enjoyed them. So there's 2 out there from our 2018 trip. There's one from Auntie Judy's living room doing a trip report. That's kind of a live chat. And also I've got one out there from our January 2019 trip, and one more is coming this week. So actually, let me play you a little teaser from the one that's coming out this week from our January 2019 trip. Hey geeks, Sunday morning here at the French Quarter, and it's almost 8 o'clock. It's like the latest I ever stayed in. I've already taken my shower. I've already even gotten my coffee because I am so close to the coffee from Building 5. I'm on the first floor of Building 5, and I'm amazed to see that it's not raining out. It rained all night. The roofs are still draining water, but we have had, oh wait a minute, I think this is the beignet run up ahead here. I see, oh no, it's not. I missed that today, I think. Let's see, I'm gonna walk up here. There's like a boat launch right up behind me. A lot of people walking around. I'm going to go see what's going on up here. There's a bunch of people with balloons. And I think they did do a run here. Oh well, I missed it.
Alrighty, my dear. And I'm going to assume we are not pre-registered, correct?
Right.
Beautiful. So we're going to go ahead. Magic is the way to go. Alrighty, my dear. Come on, buddy.
How do I know the course?
So, we have it right here, and we also have directional signage to help guide you.
So it goes around
Pretty much, yes. Keep the river on your right-hand side. There's the booth. Alright, and enter your pin, my friend. I love your shirt.
I'm a podcaster.
I love it.
I heard about this through my podcast and interviewing people. So.
It's lots of fun.
I didn't know.
Hello,
I could make it.
Wonderful. Good morning. I'm going to have you start over here on our way with you. And you're going to go ahead and fill that out and then come on back to us.
So we just go around the water, basically.
Yeah. Yes. So we start here.
Is that the bridge?
River on the right-hand side. River on the right-hand side past the mill, past the alligator bayou, past the mansions. The only bridge that you go over is the bridge that has the cars on it.
Okay.
And then you'll loop back under that same bridge to return here.
All right, cool. Thanks.
Yes, absolutely. Driving me crazy.
Yes, so I was able to do the beignet dash. I called it the run, but I recorded the whole walk, which is 1.25 miles, I believe. And I'm talking with a cast member and another guest. So you can hear that whole recording if you sign up for the Geekin Family Inner Circle. Sign up for the Inner Circle, Geekin on wdw.com/inner circle. Also get our weekly Geekin Gazette. It's a newsletter of fun Disney news items that we think are important and info on our Disney package discounts when they come out, which the 2020 are coming out soon, and news from our Geekin family. There's also a couple freebie handouts, including a free packing checklist and a spreadsheet to plan your trip like we use for ourselves and our travel clients. And then you get all these bonus live trip recordings. All this is sponsored by our Patreon supporters because it costs me a little more for that space on Libsyn, which hosts my podcasts. So I appreciate you Patreon supporters. That is awesome. They volunteered that financial pledge. That helps me and encourages me to put out the Geekin Family Inner Circle. So if you want to pledge to Patreon, it's patreon.com/geekin on WDW. Well, thanks for going geeking on Walt Disney World with us. We really appreciate you listening and geeking with us every single day. We love you, geeks. Have a magical day, and I hope all your dreams come true. Hey, Ben.
Hey, Kurt. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
My camera is off, right? Oh, how about now?
Yep, there we go.
Got it?
You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, awesome.
I think I started recording about 3 minutes ago.
Uh-oh.
No problem.
I'm trying to get my notes up. I was trying to get my exercise in before 6 o'clock, and my wife is like, "I don't think you're going to make it." So I had about 5 minutes left with about 3 minutes before 6. I said that math does not work out.
No problem. We're good. I was just wondering, you're probably in the Central Time Zone, or?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I was like, I hope he caught that Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, I saw it. I was like, oh, all right. I think I can get home and get everything ready.
Cool. Looks like you're in. Yeah, I'm going to get your notes too.
Okay.
Thanks for the notes.
Oh, no problem.
Good job.
I started trying to make mental notes throughout the trip, and my wife was like, what are you doing? Like, well, I'm trying to keep track because sometimes our trips run together, and I can tell a story for a trip from 5 years ago mixed with a story from a trip from 2 weeks ago.
You know what?
Mixed up.
It won't matter to me. I won't tell nobody if you don't tell.
Yeah.
If it's a good story.
That's right.
Good stories. I like how you did your notes. You did put some notes in there of good stories, and I moved them down a little farther in my notes, kind of with the part where we do the first time this trip, fun stories kind of section. But yeah, you good to go?
Yes, sir. I think so. I'm a little nervous, but I guess that's not a bad thing.
I'm sorry, you're going to be fine. Just talk like you're talking with a friend, which you are. So
yeah, okay.
Just have fun. Have some.
Yes, sir.
Did you have some fun?
Oh, we had a lot of fun. We always have a lot of fun.
Yeah. Awesome. Hey, it looks like the beach club at your house.
Oh, does it?
the white paneling.
My phone down. That was. We bought the house. It was unpainted, so it was a fun project to paint all of that.
Nice. Looks good.
Thank you.
All right. Let's see. I think I'm ready.
Okay. I'm going to plug my phone in just so I don't lose it halfway through.
For your battery?
Yeah.
I'm using my computer, but I know what you mean. So you don't mind if I mention the Patreon support, do you?
No, not at all. Not at all.
And let me make sure. Do you like Benjamin or Ben?
Ben.
Ben. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I've got a Benjamin. I don't know if you knew that. My youngest. Yeah. My youngest is Benjamin.
Awesome.
We call him Benji. That kind of stuck.
I get Benji. I get Benjamin because I used to play the drums at some point. So.
I like that, Benjamin. And how do you pronounce your last name?
Canady.
Canady.
You said it correct.
Canady.
Correct.
Did I say it? Oh, did I say it? Yeah, on the podcast this week. Okay.
On the previous podcast, I was listening for it because I wasn't sure. A lot of people around here, Canady is not very popular. You get a lot of Kennedy.
Ah.
And so that it gets mixed up, and
you never know. I mean, a lot of times I try not to overthink it. A lot of times, last names are a lot like they can't. It's almost like Canada with a Y in the end. So like Canady. Awesome.
Overpronounced jaw, so sometimes it comes out a little weird, and like just like Canada with an E instead, Canady.
Because you're in Louisiana.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Ben, I'm ready.
Okay, I'm ready.
I think. Let me just do that. All right. I have my own office here, but I have a thin door, so sometimes I hear commotion outside anyway. But that's okay.
I understand. My wife and daughter are at the pool swimming with music on, so you may hear some Led Zeppelin in the background for some reason. That's coming from us.
Good. That's awesome. I like that old classic rock.
Yeah.
Most people still do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right. One second, Ben. My wife. Hold on 1 second. My wife's asking me. I'm podcasting. Yeah. All right. She's giving me a honeydew.
I understand.
She didn't know I was podcasting tonight. Good job, Ben. And so this episode will be like 4 weeks away.
Okay. Awesome.
Got a bunch recorded, but you did an awesome job.
Thank you.
Great perspectives there.
Okay, good. I was a little nervous.
No, you did great. You got some new stuff in there too that we had never. New perspectives that I had not covered before. So great job. I love it.
One thing I wanted to say about that whole experience, like them and the process and that whole envelope and that bubble. That I call it the envelope. You use bubble, but I like it.
Yeah.
We were on the Wedway People Mover. I put that in one of the interesting things.
Yeah.
We're on the Wedway People Mover. I didn't realize they were reopening the Tomorrowland Speedway, so it's open now. I didn't realize that. I thought it was going to be down for much longer.
Yeah, I'm with you too because of the Tron construction, right?
And so this makes a little bit more sense. But at the time, I thought, well, man, that's pretty cool. So we're on the Wedway People Mover, and we're on our way into Space Mountain, and off to the left, you can kind of see Tron farther ahead. They're putting up some of the vertical poles and stuff, and that was pretty cool.
Right.
And then I look straight to the left, and I see there's 3 or 4 guys, and they are washing all the little go-karts behind the wall, so you can't see them.
Okay.
They're like washing and polishing and cleaning up these cars. Like, that attraction is closed. They are still keeping it up to date, keeps keeping it updated, keeping it clean, keeping everything straight and fresh and nice. And I thought, man, that's
yeah, because I even thought, I've had people say to me that, you know, that one's getting a little outdated. They're a little slow. I don't know what the need is to keep it. When they put Tron on, everyone thought it was a goner. But
I kind of thought it was gonna. I thought for sure they would change the track more.
Yeah,
but it doesn't look like they even changed the track. They just closed it for a little while. Maybe they needed it for some rigging or for some equipment.
Interesting. Well, cool. Well, you know, I love having some extra footage at the end, so everyone will get that story in the bonus.
Yeah. Okay.
The bonus material after the music ends. So, perfect. All right, Ben. We'll stay in touch in the Facebook group, and I'll see you in October. Right?
Yes, sir. Sounds good, Kurt.
Thanks for coming on.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
You too. Bye, geeks.
Bye.